Alright, part 2 of the knex puppet tutorial. First things first, you're going to need to put together a thing sort of like this. Gray here, white rotational thing. I'll call this a connector. So gray pole, white connector. Right here is a green pole, 2 yellow poles on the side, and 2 red connectors on either arm, facing downwards, pointing downwards. This will be your main base. So now to finish off your main base, there is still a bit to do. You have to take an orange connector, more known as a ladder, and slide it up to about here. Lay it down, lay the thing down so that it doesn't break or fall off. Now, you're going to need 2 of these. The black and white piece can be interchanged, but you need a yellow connector and a blue, and a blue pole. So you'll then take each of those, connect the white or black piece to the orange pole, or the orange connector. It's easier to do it like this, so do that on either side. And then twist this so that you can connect the blue pieces to the white connector that is already there. You should now have something that looks a bit like this. You can see why I didn't put it all in one. Now for the arms. You're going to need a piece like this. Gray connector without any piece there. Blue rod, red connector, and a blue rod connected like this. Take your main base and slide this in like that. Then you need to grab a gear, because gears are easier to hold on to. And on back, the rod should come out on back, so you slide the rod into the gear. You might need to push on it a little bit to get it fully there, but now the upper arm on this half should be installed. You then need to grab a piece like this. Blue connector, blue rod, yellow connector, blue rod connected on top of the yellow connector like this, and a gray piece connected onto it like this. So then what you do is you make sure your gray piece on the upper arm is rotated to the sides. Then you attach this on like this. Actually, I think I did it wrong. You attach it on like this. I did it the wrong way around, I think. No, Now I'm trying to remember which way did it go. Either way will work, but I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to do it this way. Going to have the gray piece on the outside, the second gray piece on the outside. The lower arm on the outside, basically. So make sure your blue piece is twisted with the gap downwards. Then you put the gear on, you put another gear on the inside of the arm, right here. Now I just gotta get mine to work. Now you do the same thing for the other arm. It uses the exact same pieces but flipped. So now it should be connected. But that's not to finish the arm. To finish the arm, you actually have to go and grab a gray piece with a black or white piece on the end. and slide it through like this. Now I know it will touch the gear, but that's the point. So now the arm won't go fully back and start twisting around. But it can still move upwards. If you see here, it can still move upwards. So now the arm can do all sorts of different movements. So yeah, and then you do the same thing with the other arm. You go and take the same first piece but flipped, and you connect it in. Then you go and grab a gear, put it on back. Take this other piece, slide it in. Put the gear on. And then the little connector, slide it onto there. And I'd like to mention, while I do this, I did, on the base, I did add the little piece that stops it from messing up. I did actually add the piece that stops it from... that stops the lower pieces from coming out. So make sure all the adjustments are right. Put everything in the right spots. Because I didn't put everything in the right spot. And now you should have the body done. Now there are also some add-ons that can go onto this. But first I'm going to drag over the base. Rotate it to the front. The long piece is the front of it. And you attach them in by just setting them in there. Then going and putting his arms anywhere, really, to keep them in place when you're not using them. So, yeah, that is mainly the whole base of it done. Now, you actually slide the character itself into the middle of the base here. Now, I also made this. It's a little guitar add-on. How it sort of works is there's an orange connector connected to a white piece. It could also be a black piece. The white and black pieces are interchangeable, which is connected to a gray connector, and then the white piece goes through a white connector, which has a red rod and 3 yellow rods. Now to connect that, you just gotta slide it through here, maneuver your way around. It would be much easier to take off the arms. Well, not take off the arms, but like move the arms while doing this. Then attach it on like that. Now this arm, you should then go and connect the top of this arm to that piece. So now when this arm rotates, if you move it off forward so that it doesn't bend, when this arm rotates, it should lift the guitar up. And with the guitar upgrade, you then have to just slide this around like this. That's all for this. See ya.